Last video I had said this. The two premiums that should probably be in all of your teams are Messi and Neymar. And upon further research, I would like to change the choice of premiums. Watch to the end to find out who I prefer. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video we will be looking at two drafts. The first one being a 3 premium draft and the second one being a 4 premium draft. I will only be discussing the players that I did not talk about in my previous video where I did share a 2 premium draft. If you missed out on that video, be sure to watch that later. It will be on screen at the end. We can now head on to the 3 premium draft. This is the best value draft in my opinion, and I will most likely be going for this type of structure. I also won't be talking about these players as I did so in my previous video. We can now move on to the new additions into the draft. Firstly, the premium I brought in for Neymar, who misses out on the necessary premiums in my opinion solely because of one reason. The point system in this game states that for every 2 key passes, you do get an additional bonus point. What I didn't read was that the key passes rule was only for midfielders. I then did some digging and found out that De Bruyne averages around 4 key passes a game. That adds a much higher ceiling to his points, and also being the second highest owned player in the game, it seems like he is essential. That also reduced the urgency in bringing Neymar in, as he is widely known for his chance creation that he won't be accounted for unless he provides assists. Also, he doesn't take that many shots on target, so he also wouldn't benefit from the 2 shots on target equals 1 bonus point rule. Despite the good fixtures, I don't think he is a necessary buy for this game. The last premium I have gone for is Kane. I might have picked him because I support England, but as we have seen in previous competitions, he always steps up to the occasion. He was also directly involved in 14 goals during the World Cup qualifiers in the 10 games that were played, so it does look promising for England's number 10. Griezmann is another new addition, and as we all have seen, he steps up for France whenever they need him. He has racked up the same number of direct goal involvements in one less international competition than Neymar. In his previous World Cup, he ended up with 6 goal involvements and as a result finished 3rd in the prestigious Ballon d'Or rankings. The final new addition and the player to finish off this draft is Wazzari from Tunisia. He is a filler in this team to allow better players in other positions, and what more do you need from a 4.5 million option than one who is on penalties and has had 7 goal involvements in his last 2 international competitions. He also racked up 4 goal involvements from 4 starts in the World Cup qualifiers. This is the 3 premium draft that I will be basing my own team selection off of. And now, on to the more overkill draft, the 4 premium draft. Not too many changes from the 3 premium draft, but enough to afford Neymar in attack. There are 2 options with the 4 premium draft. You can either downgrade Perisic to DRAFTS, I surely butchered the name, and upgrade Griezmann to Neymar, or the move that I prefer more being Bergwijn to De Paul and Griezmann to Neymar. The first move I don't like as much is because you are getting rid of Perisic, who always delivers for Croatia at an international level. His replacement Arrascaeta is an attacking outlet who, for the Brazilian Serie A, has picked up 13 goal involvements this season. And also he averages around 2.3 key passes per game. He did play lesser than 90 minutes in the last World Cup, but has already picked up 6 goal involvements in the World Cup qualifiers. One thing about him that might put you off picking him is that he isn't as nailed as De Paul, who is part of the next move. The one you would have to remove to bring in De Paul would be the 1-week punted Bergwijn, who I did talk about in my previous video. De Paul and Arrascaeta have pretty similar contributions for their respective sides, but with De Paul allowing Perisic to stay in the team, I would say I favor that move more than the first. This finishes the 3 premium draft, and honestly I am quite happy with what I have produced here. A much shorter video as most of the players have been covered in my previous video. If you do like this content, consider subscribing to the channel. See you soon for the next one.